Hey, what's going on, everybody? Servo here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dive in and take a look at the star path. We're going to go look at all of the different tasks, and I'm going to give you my opinion on it, and also we're just going to talk about it in general and see if this new system and setup and difficulty was for the better or if it was for the worse. Now, if you guys enjoyed my content, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's jump right into it. So let's take a look at the task for this season, this retro road trip star path. I am over here on the Dreamlight Valley wiki.com website. If you guys ever need any information, this website has everything. So let's go ahead and just take a look at these and see if they are better or worse. So up first, and it shows like the duty here, the amount you have to do right here, and then the rewards. So let's focus on the duty and also the reward. So it says uproot night thorns, do 10, easy, mine 5 gems. Only 3. Wow, they definitely have nerfed some of these. Only 3 duties. Well, we're at the beginning, so maybe it's going to get more difficult. Craft 3 different items, so get crafty. Whip up a 1-star meal is 5. Now, I heard you had to like actually do the specific like 1-star rather than doing a 5-star, and it doesn't count. I haven't tested that out yet, but I will for sure. Catch 5 fish. Any fish. Earn 5,000 Dreamlight. I guess that's not terrible, but that's pretty early on. Yeah, that's pretty early on in the task here. Dig anywhere in the valley. They really have us going out there digging 15 holes and then putting them back and cleaning it up. Oh man, that's funny. Pick the fruit that puts Snow White to sleep. Okay, 25 apples. Mine precious gems with royal tools. So 10 gems with mining. 3 royal tasks again. And then sell your gems that you got, 5 of them. Cook any 2-star meal, 10. Catch fish somewhere peaceful, 10. Pet your critter companions, 5 of them. So at least, you know, they're trying to spread the love. Let's see, gain 10,000 star coins, very easy. Remove 10 night thorns. Thankfully, they're bringing night thorns back, you know. I mean, those are like the easiest tasks. Dig for pottery material, that's going to be 20 clay. Let me just skip around here. There's quite a few here, but as you see, it's like sell 5 seaweed. Only complete 1 boutique challenge, so they definitely have nerfed this. We got polish off royal work, again, down to just 3 instead of like 10 or 15 or 20. Harvest different fruits. Oh my gosh, this is so simple. Pick 20 blue flowers. That's easy, earn 20,000 coins. Even as a new player, that's easy. Looks like we have our second fishing task here. Just catch 10. It doesn't have to be like a specific kind. Buy seeds from the Forgotten Lands. They want you to go do some pumpkin farming. Okay. Wow, this one's pretty hefty though. Earn 7,500 Dreamlight. That's quite a bit though if you think about it. Let's see, craft a potion. You can really, all right, just 1 potion. Take a picture of Scrooge's store. What are these challenges? Take a picture of Scrooge's store. Done. 15 tokens. Open up only 5 memories. All right. Sell fish, 20 of them. Interesting, like they're definitely swapping the task up this time around, but they're not really swapping them in like a very creative way. A lot of it is just going out digging some holes. Go take a picture of Scrooge's shop. So they have dig up a root vegetable with many eyes, so that's 15 potatoes right here. Spend time with a joyful emotion, so spend 20 minutes with joy. Yeah, it looks like none of these are actually time gated, which is good. We're down here at the last one, so it looks like there's like 71. If this is fully updated, it looks like there's about 71. And then it's like feed sunbirds their favorite food, 5 of them. Oval gems, sea turtles. Yeah, very easy. Collect some shoreline shellfish. That's easy too. Just go up and pick up the shells. So let's take a look at this new structure here, shall we? So we have the routine duties. These are the only thing that is actually time gated. And then we have the normal duties, and this is one thing that has been changed as well. So the only difference with this star path is now we have the standard duties. You can do this all in one sitting if you want, no time gating, or you can work on routine duties. These are new, but only once per week. So you could do these 3 challenges and then these 3 next week, and that's how it's set up. So the only difference again for the standard path is this is no longer time gated. Now you guys got to remember that time gating does not create more content. It is still the exact same amount of content. You're just forced to stop at a certain period. So while it may build some excitement with that strategy, you know, every other day you have something to look forward to, more tasks and stuff. it's not giving you more to do, more content or anything like that. So this new system is set up where if you have 4 hours today, you can work on 4 hours worth of Star Path if you want, and then maybe you don't have any time the next 6 days. So I think that's why this new system is put into play. There was a lot of feedback from players that were just saying that they don't have time to log on like every couple of days to do a few tasks. And it's everybody has a different life, a different story. So, we don't know what other people are dealing with. So if it seemed to be a big enough issue for a lot of players, and that seems to be why they kind of added this where they removed those barricades to stop time gating you. Now it doesn't really make too much sense because the routine duties are time gated. Now everything in gaming, literally all these other games, have some sort of weekly thing. That's just how gaming has shifted these days, is to have you like new content, new story, new something, or even the battle pass systems where you are time gated every single week. And it's just a way to stretch out content, but it's also a way to keep engagement in a game and keep you interested and stuff. So for example, if someone were to binge through all of this, the whole Star Path in one day, there's a good chance that a lot of people are probably going to stop playing this until the next update. So it's like Gameloft's trying to find that balance between them spacing out their content and then also keeping the retention for the game for the players. But one thing I need to mention is, and this actually could go to Gameloft too, the Star Path is not the only way to do that. I think we need a new end game system, something more to do, something more to keep coming back week after week, rather than relying on the Star Path. They do a lot of altering with the Star Path and some of the stuff we already have in the game, but I think they need to come up with something new that will keep that retention and keep players coming back. We have Dream Snaps. That right there is a perfect example. Everybody comes back for, to do their Dream Snap because you have such a great reward, which is Moonstones. So then we have the Star Path. A lot of people come back to each update to do the Star Path. So I think Gameloft needs to actually create another, like a third thing to have you come back every week, and it will provide content. Now that's another thing, is a lot of players, once they finish everything, all that's left to do is decorating. So that's why we need more end game content. A lot of this stuff works for like newer players or players that are like halfway through the game, but they're not really providing content for end game players or people that's been playing for the past 2 or 3 years. So I think that's something that would help too. So they're kind of using this Star Path system as a way to like please like all the players in every spot of the game, end game, middle, and as soon as you're starting, because this Star Path clearly got nerfed. It's a lot easier now, not just in terms of that you can binge it in one setting, but the actual tasks themselves are very easy now, like tackle royal task 1 out of 3, go catch 5 fish, dig 15 spots in the valley. I will say that it doesn't make sense that they cleared this up, because this is like my only major issue with this is the bonus rewards. So those are locked behind the 5 weeks of this Star Path. So for example, no one can get this house yet. Nobody, unless you spend real money, or not real money, but you spend your Moonstones. You can spend Moonstones and get enough of these tokens to actually unlock this house. But this is what's kind of weird, is the routine duties give you enough tokens to unlock this, but by the time you unlock this on week like 4 or 5, it's going to be the next season, right? The next update's going to be coming around. So it's kind of like this house is being dangled in front of the players for 4 or 5 weeks because you can't obtain it. So then you see some players decorating with this house, or you see some players using it in a Dream Snap theme, but you can't because you've been doing, the routine duties. Meanwhile, Bob over here spent 5,000 Moonstones and went ahead and unlocked the house. So it's one of those things that is kind of it's an interesting setup for sure. Now, my overall thoughts, I'm fine with, the way the Star Path is. I don't dislike it. It's not the best system. I can clearly see it's not the best system. But in terms of, giving you some content, like look at all the items. The items are incredible though. They're definitely worth the Moonstones that we originally spent. And it's also not forever. It's not like we're having to wait 6 months. It's just like 4 or 5 weeks and then we get the house. So this was just from an actual unbiased opinion. If I were to look at this setup, that's my original thoughts on it. But as a player, someone that plays this game every day, I personally don't mind. I don't really care if this is not time gated or if the tasks aren't too difficult. Because even if they scaled this up and they made royal task up to 10 instead of just 3, to me, that's still doing the same repetitive thing over and over, right? It's still grinding up these Dreamlight duties. So that's where we need to come up with something new. So let me know your guys' thoughts down below, and be sure to be respectful of everyone's comments and opinion. Remember, other people's opinion on how they feel about the Star Path isn't going to affect how you experience and play the Star Path. So just be respectful. Not everyone, everyone has a different story, and they're going to have different opinions on the stuff. But overall, I think it's okay. They're going to change it this update and then get some more player feedback, and then they're going to keep tweaking it, keep changing it. Eventually, I think Gameloft will come up with a great structure for the Star Path and also some future content. So it's just one of those things. If you're not too thrilled about something in one update, it might change in the next update. And thankfully, the great thing about Dreamlight Valley is those updates are not too far off. They're like a month and a half, 2 months away from each other. So I'm just along for the ride. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one.